Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's been a long day. I'll just tell you right off the bat, I'm not going to be that brief. I wish I could. So I am Brian Dravis, Director of the Pentagon's and DISA's Joint Service Provider. Today I want to take just a quick moment to talk to you about some upcoming opportunities that we have over there in the Pentagon. Beyond that, I want to talk to you today about our goals in the organization, how critical it is that we partner with all of you in what we're doing as we focus on the threats and capabilities inside the Pentagon for the threats that we face today and looking forward into the future. My daughter Samantha was supposed to be here. I don't see her, so lucky for me, if I screw this up, she won't tell Mom, so I'm in good shape. Last year we had a vision and mission statement. Anybody here see it from the Pentagon's JSP last year? It was a bunch of words and it said a lot of things. A couple of hands went up, very good. It was something that was well-intended, written by committee, and it said a lot of words, but it really didn't mean anything. Trusted provider, et cetera, et cetera. If you look at the bumper sticker on this slide, this year we changed our mission statement to reflect who we are and what we do inside the Pentagon JSP, and I think this also equally applies to DISA. Who else inside the Pentagon and who else inside the DoD can lay claim to this mission statement? By the way, these are three independent standalone words. It's not a sentence. They're independent thoughts. Enable. What we do and how we do it is critical every single day to that Department of Defense headquarters, and it's critical to every warfighter deployed to every corner of the globe. And if you don't believe me, live through a day as we did about a year and a half ago where we took out every single phone of the Pentagon. You find out in a hurry just how important you are and how critical it is that you have the ability inside the headquarters to actually communicate. What about every, the word every? Nobody inside the Pentagon or inside the Department of Defense can lay claim to that. IT and communications capabilities are threaded through everything we do. Inside the JSP, we say this to our staff all the time. Nothing happens in defense of this great country around the globe without that five-sided building across the river, and nothing happens inside that building without the JSP. About 5 or 6 weeks ago, I had the opportunity, this is a true story, after a long day, I'm sitting on the couch with my wife watching the news, and a three-star general came on. I said, hey, look, honey, there's the guy who had me in his office this morning, chewing my backside about something he couldn't get done because we weren't doing our job very well. Doesn't happen to finance, doesn't happen to CAPE or policy, but it happens to us, and that's how critical it is that we partner well and what it is that we do. And of course, that's who we support, everybody. So inside the JSP, these are our three critical bins of where we're focused in FY18: operate, innovate, and defend. Our operation inside the Pentagon is immense. We support over 35,000 individuals inside the headquarters with over 75,000 assets, and that's growing. But it's more than just the customers and their assets. That includes missions, mission-critical applications and the like, and the amount of data and data protection required. In terms of innovation, what you heard from General Lynn and all the folks preceding this presentation today is right in line with where we are going inside the Pentagon and inside the Joint Service Provider. We're on the path to follow the DoD guidance on cloud and cloud migration. Like DISA, we're on the path to go to service-defined and software-defined everything. And we've got to streamline and optimize our operations inside the Pentagon. And quite candidly, it costs us too much every year to operate the environment that we have. And so innovation, in addition to bringing savings, is going to realign to Secretary Mattis's clear direction to ensure every dollar we spend is oriented properly to better support lethality inside the DoD. And of course, defend. I'm sorry, I advanced the slide. Let me go back. We're ever vigilant. We see immense growth in the amount of threat and threat activity inside the Pentagon. Recently this year, we went over 1 billion network events in a single month. What we face and how we face it really matters, and we need industry's help here as strongly as we do in those other two buckets to make sure that we properly defend everything that happens inside the headquarters of the DoD. Okay, so this one gets interesting. This is a build slide. Innovation doesn't just happen without organizational transformation. The graphic depicts our current JSP environment. It's complex, multiple lines of communications, connections, and networks. The lines represent the network connections, and circles represent the infrastructural elements: servers, databases, routers, workstations, the like. And of course, at the center of all that is the user. The JSP user includes some of the most senior leadership inside the DoD. Our goal is to virtualize the environment where we can. A virtual infrastructure brings enterprise-level technology to organizations and optimizes our resources, which in turn promote flexibility, scalability, and a lower total cost of ownership. Of course, part of that move to virtualization is offering infrastructure as a service, software as a service, all of which will enable JSP and its customers to provide a stronger support for the mobile computing environment and hyper-converged storage with desired outcomes of increased network elasticity, no more outages due to overuse, on-demand provisioning, services are available when needed, as needed by those supported offices, and resource pooling. Resources are pooled together to deliver solutions without a requirement for customers to have an understanding of the location where the infrastructure hardware is providing that support. Okay, and ultimately our goal is to have the JSP operate as a unified platform to provide instant provisioning of IT services and support where the customers need it the most. Okay, so these are the opportunities that you folks have been looking for from the folks in the joint service provider, starting with service desk consolidation. That consolidated contract will service JSP and all of its customers. We need to be agile and innovative, as you've heard over the balance of the day. We're looking for industry partners that can help us realize cost savings and increase support inside the Pentagon, the NCR. We're looking for partners who can enable the JSP to empower our customers with self-service capabilities. We're looking to bring online chat into that environment to provide another avenue by which service desk support personnel can assist our customers to rapidly and more easily address user concerns. On the asset management, as we continue to grow and onboard new customers, it's inevitable that our asset management burden continues to increase. We want a partner that can bring industry best practices to enable us to realize the benefits of real-time total asset availability of all that equipment within our network and in the warehouse facilities, and optimize efficiency practices, again, to best standards inside the industry. And finally, platform services. We're looking for a partner that will help us provide consistent and persistent network availability while finding efficiencies in the environment. This contract is a key structural component and integral to our mission in support of top decision makers inside the Pentagon. Okay, the rest of our opportunities, engineering and development and support, the ED-E contract. Without strong engineering team pushing us towards that future, our organization will stagnate. We are looking for top-tier talent to join with us, and I can't emphasize that enough. In order to modernize along the path that you've heard from all the other DISA presenters today, we've got to modernize and update our workstation life cycle. And so we've got to update our hardware. And of course, you probably heard a bit about our network modernization effort in line with what Mr. Showers and all other presenters have talked about today. We are pushing really hard to modernize the network over inside the JSP and the Department of Defense headquarters. Finally, the transport management, as the scope and scale of our support to DoD continues to grow, and we must modernize it. We need to ensure our customers' data is supported by a reliable, fast, and adaptive network. Okay, one item I can't stress enough, and very sincere about it, as you've heard from General Lynn on through all the presentations of the day, we can't stress enough the partnership with industry. We can't do it without you. It'd be impossible to even try. No JSP work is predetermined for large or small businesses. We embrace the innovation and agile solutions that come with smaller companies, and we welcome that, and we have a good track record along those lines, and we want to continue that strong track record. We've demonstrated our commitment to small business, and our numbers speak for themselves. I think this is a build slide. You can see out of $225 million in contracts in FY17, $93 million of those went to small business in the last fiscal year. Okay, and so closing the gaps for the future, where are we going? You've heard the cliche of the paradigm shift. Well, we're undertaking it today to proactively both prevent and mitigate the problems and threats of tomorrow. Like any organization, we face a lot of systemic issues. We have a lot of highly manual processes, which we don't like, seams in the end-to-end monitoring and limited support to our mobile workforce. We're aggressively going after all of those issues. We need your help. Close those gaps so that we can better command, control, operate, and defend the Joint Service Provider Network. Okay, and so we need you. As an organization, we're barely 3 years old. We attained initial operating capability in July of 2015. And just recently, in the 1st of October of the new fiscal year, we forklifted this organization into DISA under General Lynn and his positive control inside the agency. Ever since 2015, we've been working to improve the security posture of the Pentagon network while reducing net operating costs. We've had good luck there. But we continue to undergo exhaustive and holistic review of all of our contracts. And so over that 2.5 years, we've seen a net 63% reduction in consolidation in the aggregate number of contracts while working diligently to provide the quality of the documents that we use to explain to all of you, our industry partners, exactly what it is we require inside that complex environment. We're now singularly focused on bringing the benefits of a modernized network into the Pentagon and the DoD headquarters. The service has to be able to enable DoD leadership at all times, at any time, to interact with leaders and executives from the legislative branches of our government and effectively direct our forces who are in harm's way every minute of the day around the globe. In this mission, we cannot fail. If we don't have our finger on the pulse of what you and industry are doing, we won't be able to effectively defend against our adversaries, and this partnership between public and private sector is so critical to our success.